let's remember that we still have 15% left of the Atlantic hurricane season to go, and we typically see storms even deep into October. November ain't unheard of either. And if we were to go down the list, we've already had 4 named Greek storms. Epsilon and Zeta would be the next names. And it's very likely we may get a storm to form or more over the next 5 to 7 days. I want to show you the areas of concern. One in the Caribbean. We'll get to that one shortly. But the odds of this Invest 94L now, the National Hurricane is stating, just away from Bermuda, has now grown to 60% development here. So winds aren't really a factor. Again, it's starting to look like a little bit of an organized rotation, but still has a long ways to go to become a named storm. So 60% development, likely hanging to the south and west of Bermuda. So we'll have to watch this in Bermuda, and certainly here across the Bahamas and the northern Windward and Leeward Islands, the Dominican Republic, also there in Puerto Rico for maybe some fringe effects, higher wave heights. That will be turned up, especially if this does develop. That's one we'll watch. We've also got a concern here that has a little bit more interesting track going into next week and maybe even beyond that. 30% chance of development right now, an area to watch, okay? Kind of meandering here, and again, nothing really developed, so we don't expect that to happen at least this weekend. Later, though, into early next week, we could get some better organization. Watch what happens. This is the GFS model and showing you areas of spin and a concentration of some of that thunderstorm activity, and we do see something kind of pop up here not far from Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Cuba. We are going to want to watch this here very closely. Now, this is a little bit more bullish on the development compared to what the European is saying as far as the models go. The models still are on all ends of the spectrum when it comes to developing this, but we do see a broader circulation and maybe a storm that hangs a little bit farther south, not as strong based on this latest guidance. And again, we're still over a week out, so we've got plenty of time to watch it. We do know, though, this is a hotbed this time of the year, especially there in the Western Caribbean, and if it does track, Florida sometimes is a concern along with the eastern seaboard. So what does next week pose? Only time will tell, but this is something we're going to be monitoring very closely.